Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Out of the Woods with Jake Jones. My name is Jake Jones, and today joining us, we have one of my best friends in the world, Jesse Strasburg. Thank you for coming, my friend.
Thanks, man. That was a great intro.
We did a cold, just a raw intro. We haven't figured it out yet, but yeah, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being the first guest. You were actually the first person I thought of for guests when
Awesome.
we started doing this. So this is really fucking cool.
Hell yeah, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great to see you, man. And I'm just so glad that you're doing well.
Yeah,
so,
man. Best I can,
Yeah. So it's just the same sort of a similar thing that I did for the first episode. Just we're both on a journey through sobriety, recovery. We both suffered some losses throughout our lives, and despite it all, we're still here. We're still doing fine, and
Still
it's
sober.
Crazy. And
Yeah.
it's like thing we mentioned. We just did an episode of the other show, but it's like if you and I could do it, then anybody could do it.
You really just gotta want it.
Yeah, yeah. And did you have a moment for me? I knew that I was gonna have to get sober eventually, or something really bad was gonna happen. Did you have it in your mind for a while that you were like, all right, I gotta
I was
get it?
fighting it for years, honestly, man. Like, I kept making the same excuse, like, you gotta stop it. Like, when I'm hungover in the morning, look at my phone and be like, who did I text last night? Like, I've called you drunk while you were sober, being,
Yeah.
trying to figure it out, but easier said than done.
Yeah, and that's the biggest issue that I've had, because it's everybody has a different thing that gets them through it, and what do you think are the biggest thing right now that's keeping you? You were most drinker. We're both alcoholics, but you were pretty much just the bottle was.
With bottle and cocaine, man.
Yeah.
Like, it usually wasn't cocaine until I hit the bottle, drank a whole bottle with just me and my cousin, end up at said bar.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just walk in that bathroom and there's a key under your nose and
Yeah.
a little happy time.
Exactly. And that was a dangerous thing, and that was one of the reasons I avoided going out for a while, even before I got sober. And I remember it was a thing we talked about, because the temptation is magnified when you have the booze in your hand and your friends around you. Not even your friends, it can even just be people.
Strangers, yeah.
Strangers. Sometimes it's worse.
The conversation makes me start.
Yep.
Next thing you know, I'm 15 shots deep and it's 8 o'clock.
I know. And I want to make it a point that we're going to talk about memories together, but we're not trying to romanticize or glamorize everything. But this is just a raw, uncut. This is how it used to be, and it's just a magnification of how it's bad. I mean, you and I probably, I'd say on my Mount Rushmore of drinking buddies, I think you're definitely the first one on there.
Oh, so many crazy times, man.
And I fucking love you, dude. And I'm proud of you.
I love you too, bro.
And I just this is the thing, is like if you and I can do it, like you said, you just gotta want it.
Yeah, and it's like I never realized. Like, I always heard that you gotta want to, but until you actually want to, like, it's just words. People ask me all the time, like, hey, like, how did you do it? And I'm like, you just gotta lose. Really, like.
Yeah. There's a thing people say, you got to hit rock bottom. Oh, you haven't hit rock bottom. Oh, you did. Oh, you haven't been homeless. You haven't this or that, the third. But I don't believe that rock bottom is your lowest point. I like to believe that rock bottom is when you decide to change.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I think it's great that we were both given this gift of desperation to. We knew we were at the end of our rope. We knew we were at a point where it was like, all right, we're going to die.
Honestly, I thought I wouldn't be here by now.
I mean,
sitting next to you,
same. And the fact that we're both sitting here sober.
Yeah.
It's about to be a year for you.
Yep,
Wednesday?
on the 15th. Yep.
Fucking A.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it feels crazier, like, more than my birthday, almost.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to glorify I hate being that annoying sober kid too. I don't know if you get any flack with that. You know what I mean? Like,
if I do, I think I don't think the sobriety thing bothers people. I think the God stuff bothers people. So I try to veer away from that a lot.
See, I have I'm in like Facebook groups, and stuff and I just wish there was a little less religion involved, but I understand for other people. But like me, I've never really if I do believe it's the old gods or
something esoteric.
Yeah, just there's got to be something, but could be nothing.
Exactly. I liked. I had a guy when I was down in Philly that was. He told me, he's like, it doesn't matter what thing you believe, what force you believe in, as long as you believe that there is a force. So he was like, depends on the day. Sometimes it's the sun.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the rain. Sometimes it's my fucking door handle.
Yeah, I get you.
So, it's just, you have to find something to attach yourself to that's bigger than you, I think. And I think we've both been blessed with opportunities and people in our lives that give us a reason to stay good.
Yeah, a lot of it was losing my cousin recently. Like, he was my drinking partner. We always cried on the porch talking about getting sober together, and just never happened, sadly. And yeah, I kind of promised him, and then that's kind of my biggest force, if you will.
I love that. I love that. And that makes him immortal.
Yeah, and try to do the little things he wanted to do during the summer, and take care of his kids at least as much as I can,
Yeah.
I'm not a superhero, but I try.
No, it is though. It is heroic. It's and it's funny to think of that, because do you think if you could get your younger self in a room one-on-one,
I'd beat the shit out of
him? Do you think you'd win?
Probably. I have a lot more muscle. I was a scrawny little fucking.
That's true.
Busting Adderalls, drinking vodka, fucking sixth period.
No sleep, fucking playing mat ball all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to think that I believe that if I had my younger self in the room with me, I would not listen to a fucking word I had to say. There's no way.
I could beat the shit out of myself, but I would still be fucking.
He used to be like, "Fuck
crushing
that,
up pills in the high school bathroom,"
It's just, and it's funny to look at how it is now. And were you ever scared of losing the social, were you scared?
I'm still I think I still get nightmares where I'm at the bar. I've even had ones where I'm hiding from people at the bar and all this, but I think I have FOMO. That's really what it is. It's I feel like if I'm not doing something with all my friends, then the world's just standing still. But I've found peace in by myself or with my girlfriend.
Yeah, you have to be your own best friend in all those situations.
A lot of it too is I substituted drinking with taking care of myself, getting in the gym. I know that sounds cliche, but taking supplements is my favorite thing about the morning. I drink with a Red Bull, which is probably terrible, but we got your vices.
We still got them.
Got my nicotine and my caffeine.
Yeah, and it's funny you mentioned the excited part, because it's nice to be excited about things again.
Right. And
it's fucking incredible.
Even the hardships, it's once you figure something out, you're man, I'm an adult now. Almost. I'm 31, but I've been fucking off so hard that because I thought I was gonna die. Hey man, but just party. You're not gonna live till 28. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. Yeah.
That's what everybody around here is doing too. I'm I have friends that reach out to me and want to hang out, and a lot of times I feel bad because they have game night and they want to have some drinks, and I'm just not at my point of sobriety where I'm really comfortable. Certain people I can, because I know that they're not gonna get shit faced in front of me, and I don't know it, but I do catch myself when they're taking sips from the beers, staring at it,
yeah,
almost subconsciously.
The sound.
Yeah,
I freaked
cracking
out.
A beer, man. That's one of the biggest things I miss.
Yeah, I actually had a really scary moment 2 or 3 weeks ago where I was at work. and the chef was using brandy to cook with.
Right.
And I could smell it from the very back of the kitchen, and it like
almost heightened senses
it
too.
literally
Kind of
like
stuff.
it was my hair stood up on end, and I was like,
gotta tell yourself to like breathe.
yeah.
Like,
And I went in. Remember, I walked into the kitchen, and I was like, Dame, are you cooking with brandy? And he goes, how can you smell that from
yeah,
here?
I could tell you, Red
And-
Stag. Like,
yeah.
I can't even drink Dr. Pepper anymore without
No.
tasting it.
I know, and that's why I have to do vanilla Coke.
Yeah.
Because I can't have regular Coke a lot of the time. It just I don't even like having a drink with ice in it.
Well, it's like even me and Justin, warm shots for the most part because we couldn't wait to fucking freeze the bottle, and then we would chase it with Mountain Dew, like because we'd be like getting out of the Palladium Times, and we would just hit the vending machine for all they're due, and like,
and then just go crazy.
Oh, it's the worst. Great times, but not really.
and I'm glad you said that. I was just gonna mention, like, it's like it's good. It's good that they were good times. I think I mentioned that earlier. Like, we were talking about the Hoe House and stuff, and it's like we're so lucky that, and we both understand how lucky we are.
Yeah.
That it didn't end in tragedy or devastation.
Like, do that to our other family members,
right? Like, and I think that's why we have to make sure we stay good.
Yeah,
we have to stay on the path, because it's kind of, it would tarnish the legacies.
I saw like a stand-up post. I think I might have sent it to you, where he's like, I can't even relapse if I wanted to because I'm telling everybody I'm sober and all this. And I think about that all the time. Like I can't even, just because I'm like romanticizing it, like, and I'm being like, oh, maybe in 5 years I can handle it. Because my biggest thing is, like, when I first was like, okay, let's start with, I don't want to drink because I'm sad anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, before Justin passed, like, I was having, I was probably grieving for my mom still. And, like, when you get drunk, it comes out. And,
yeah.
I was exploding on him for no reason, like taking everything offensively. Like, one of our last times I actually saw him, we got into a physical altercation where, like, I don't want to go into details, but I ended up with a slap on me and, like, me getting all pissed and running away. And that's where it kind of started. And then, but the anger made me drink more. And,
that's actually very fucking impressive of you to know, like, baby steps. You can't, because you can't just not drink. So let's just put an obstacle in front of the drink. So I drink when I'm sad. Well, let's stop doing that. And then it kind of makes it easier.
Like, if I drink whiskey, that makes me sad. So I try to cut that out, but it's me and Justin's vice, like $10 Evan Williams,
Yeah. I've been there. I mean, Jesus, I think Seth and I kept Black Velvet in business for the first 4 years of Clear Shots. I mean,
it's one of the alcohols that I drank as a kid with the Derval that I will never touch again.
Thank God.
Like, even if I relapse tomorrow, or like it was like, you're gonna relapse, but it has to be Black Velvet, I'd be like, no, I really can't.
Just give me the mouse wheel.
Yeah, give me fucking Natty Daddies over that.
That's the thing too, is like when you're really deep into it. Because I remember, like, first starting drinking, and you're seeing these really cheap liquors and cheap beers and stuff, and you're like, oh, who the fuck would drink those? And then all of a sudden, like, I still remember, like, living at my parents' house and, like, going into the basement where we would do laundry, and any change my dad found, he'd keep on top of the dryer, and I would take all the quarters and then go to Garofalo's and buy a Four Loko, as if they weren't going to tell my dad, like, hey, is Jake okay? He's buying wine with coins.
Yeah. Fucking getting bootleggers.
That was another one. And, like, it's so funny. Like, I'm so happy we're at this point we can, like, talk about it, joke about it. The funniest thing happened to me when I left rehab. For years, we were always talking about how they have to make hard Mountain Dew. And then they finally came out with it literally the day I left rehab. And I was like, all right, I'm done forever. That was my sign.
Yeah, right.
Fuck you. Yeah, you don't want to drink anymore? How about this, motherfucker?
Right.
And now I'm seeing all the new stuff, and
My biggest thing before I quit was the Sunny D's. They were juice, man. You would get hammered.
I caught the tail like right before I quit drinking. I think they came out with those, and thank God.
Yeah.
Thank God it was when I was already trying. Now, do you you mentioned nightmares and stuff. Do you have any cravings or anything still? Like,
it's mainly when I'm angry, like something upsets me at work. Like, I bottle a lot of emotion up, and I get to the point where it's like, oh, all I want to do is just crack a beer. It usually dissipates by the time I get home, and then, but like you said earlier, it's like small goals. Like I still smoke weed, so I don't want to say I'm 100% sober.
Same,
you know, like 'cause there is people out there that do have problems. You know, don't want to take that away from everybody, but my sober is different from other people's sober, and like I always like smoking weed saved my life. Like I would just go with Colin and walk the river every time I had a craving, and smoke a couple joints, do outdoor things. Like I know it's not the greatest crutch, but it's a healthier one.
And that's the thing is, and the philosophy of Alcoholics Anonymous and other organizations is the only requirement is a desire to stop drinking. So I always had a bit of a bug in my ass about the Cali, the stigma against the California sober, but it's the same thing where people will ask me, well, how come you replaced opiates with booze and then now you're just replacing booze with marijuana? And it's like, no, because I'm not buying marijuana with coins.
Yeah,
I'm not calling in sick to work for 2 days in a row because of
I don't even go to work high.
No,
God, like
no.
that's like a little treat for me at the end of the day. Like
I don't even like to get high during the daytime.
Dude, there's sometimes where I like full blown panic attack when I take a dab. Like
it's and that will almost scare you out of smoking for a while. I think it's
because I'm in recovery that I'm so self-aware to the point where like I cough so hard that I'm like, okay, now my lungs aren't working, and you gotta like, I don't know how to explain it. You're trying to like make your brain make it work,
rationalize it, and like
then next thing you know, your tunnel vision panic attack, and you're like, oh.
I was just talking to
doesn't happen often, so
no, yeah. I was just talking to a buddy of mine about that, about marijuana consumption, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I can't smoke as much as I used to because I think it's because I don't drink.
Yeah.
A
lot of it too is like when I was using, I could only handle weed when I was drunk. Like I would be super panicked. I think it was from the anxiety hangover. Like I couldn't even feel my hands. Like I would just freak out. Justin would always be like, "Come on, just smoke a bowl with me." I'd take one hit, be gone for 2 hours. Like,
yeah, and that's the danger because there is definitely a point, especially not only is alcohol getting more trendy with different flavors and accessible, but marijuana now, especially with the legality in New York, and we have the dispensary in town now. But I think the big caveat that keeps a lot of it is how expensive it is. You can still buy pot from people or grow it yourself or whatever.
My cousin 10 a gram, but
and then but it's not that crazy moon rock gas stuff.
Yeah, I mean sometimes.
I think but I think it's good it would be a different story if we were sitting here and like ripping the pen, smoking bongs, and just absolutely annihilated, because who the fuck is going to listen to somebody that is blackout high about how not to drink?
Right.
But it's I think you always have to have a vice of some sort. I know there's people I know that I thank God I'm not into gambling, but there's people I know that they dove into the DraftKings.
See, that was me with the trading cards, like we explained on the other episode.
That's right.
Quick little recap or whatever for people who didn't listen. There's an app called Whatnot that will take your money.
Yeah.
And I thought sports cards would be a healthier addiction, which it was, but...
Yeah. And it almost makes you wonder, like, are you addicted to the substance or are you addicted to
the dopamine hit?
That dopamine hit.
That's what it is.
And we were talking about DoorDash earlier. And that's, if there's one thing I know I have a problem with that I'm still trying to figure is delivery food. there is no reason that you or I should be having food delivered to our houses.
Right.
We both can cook like motherfuckers.
15 years as a cook, like
yeah. But I think it's good. A problem I had trying to get sober in the beginning was just not drinking and not doing something else. And then you realize, oh, okay, you're spending 20 hours a week with a drink in your hand. You got to find something else to do.
Right.
And then you think, oh, it has to be one thing. And I think it's like discovering yourself again, getting excited about stuff again. Like, have you gone back into, I don't want to say it like this, but have you kind of like regressed to your childhood a little bit?
Absolutely. That's what the trading card, like Magic the Gathering, like I buy all these toys. Like I bought a lava lamp at Walmart like a couple of weeks ago just because my sister always had one growing up, and I was like, I want one.
Yeah.
You know, like I could justify. I have $15 in my bank account. I'm not negatives every week because the tips come out after you pay $400 in a tab, you know?
Exactly. No, and it's a thing, and I think the being on the path to recovery is also a path because you're self-aware. You're aware that you're doing it. You know, okay, shit. All right, what's the next step here? You're not doing that trading card thing anymore, or are you?
I will at Walmart if I see a Pokemon pack or something. But I don't. I'm not doing that. I had to actually uninstall it and or disable it, so I couldn't even go in the Play Store to
really.
And I don't know. My mom's always had loved to casino, but not ruin her life bad. But that was her vice. She didn't really drink, you know. So I feel like I inherited that because we would always scratch off lottos, you know.
Yeah. I find a lot of that fascinating. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there.
Good. I got a question for you.
I have an answer.
So I didn't go through rehab like you did.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've been doing this day one I'm not saying you didn't do it by yourself, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I've thought about going to AA meetings, but the whole God thing deteriorates me. What was your experience like? Do you think you could get sober without rehab? Or do you think that really was the thing that saved your life?
I think I got sober without rehab, but I didn't start to recover until I left.
I hate that makes sense, but it's hard to explain to the audience. You know what I mean?
Like
you put yourself on the path, but the path that you put yourself on kind of
I couldn't read the signs. Yeah. I had to have somebody translate them for me.
No, I get that. I think because I've looked into rehabs and stuff, and I just didn't have health insurance. You know, a lot of struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, now I do. As I got my life back together, got a decent job. You know, so I'm working on getting a primary and figuring out all the years of damage I've done to myself.
Yeah.
Can't be good.
No, no. Those are. I still get anxious at all my doctor's appointments. Eventually, they're nice. Eventually, they're great.
A lot of it too is I'm dealing with losing my mother 4 years ago. A lot of it was paperwork with her because I get frustrated so easily with that stuff. So it's I just avoid all of that. And without her, I know it's I'm a 31-year-old man, but you need your mom sometimes. You know?
Yeah. No, and I know how that goes too. It's there's losing people, you lose a piece of yourself, and I think that was the problem.
Yeah, I've lost quite a few in the past few years. So.
Yeah. And
a lot to drugs too, you know.
Exactly.
Amber overdosed on heroin, rest in peace.
But. Yeah. And there's but I think going back the God stuff with AA I think is a little it's a little overblown from an outsider's perspective.
Right.
But then it is also always there in one shape or form. But I don't believe you need to do here's the thing. I don't think anybody needs to do anything.
Right.
I need to do that. You know what I mean? Because it
protects your sobriety.
Pardon?
It protects your sobriety.
Yeah, and it also it's a crutch and not a crutch, sorry. It's a blessing and a curse because sometimes I avoid going to meetings because it reminds me too much of
the struggle.
And it sometimes I take the meeting home with me which I still haven't been able to figure out how to stop doing.
Right.
So I don't go as often, but
next time you go, let me know.
I will.
I would try it at least.
That would be awesome.
I'm not against it. It's a little weary.
It's a good time, and it's one of the. It's so weird how to explain it, but it's when you walk in there, you'll know if you need to be there or not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I had no interest in any of the AA, NA, Smart Recovery, Celebrate Recovery stuff.
Yeah.
I just wanted to go to rehab, and I had already had 6 months clean, so a lot of places wouldn't take me.
Oh yeah, and, a lot of places you need to have like booze in your system.
I literally had a person. I won't say what facility they were from. It wasn't anywhere around here, but I literally had the girl on the phone tell me, she goes, if you left and had a drink right now and called us back, we could get you in by tomorrow. And I said, you're fucking crazy.
Yeah, like all this hard work I put in. 6 months is a big deal.
It's a long time.
Like, I finally got to the point where I'm not checking my sober counter every day. You know what I mean?
That's a good feeling.
But it was like, that helped me a lot too. I was like,
because you don't want to start
2,000 some minutes. Like,
that's the cool one. And then it's like there was an app, I don't have it anymore, but there was one app that would tell you like, okay, you haven't had a drink in this many days. This is how much your brain has changed. This is how things have gone back to normal.
I think that's a little too much for me because it's a self-aware thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's too much self-awareness. But I found the thing that helped me the most when I was down there was I said this in the first episode, but I was so fucking lucky to get the group that I got.
Right.
That it's hard for me to recommend it to anybody else because I genuinely feel like that was an actual blessing.
Right.
Like you had a house of 11 strangers.
It's your people at that point.
And it was, dude, from day one, it was like, this is my family.
Right.
And I hope and pray that anybody else that goes to a situation like that can have the same experience as me. Unfortunately, that's not how the world works.
Yeah.
There were people in the same, organization that I was in that had a fucking terrible time because of the people that they had living with them. So I think and anything could work really. And the cool thing now is that you can even just do AA or NA over Zoom.
See, I have even problems with like therapy over online because I feel like I could just call you. You know what I mean?
That's
like
very true.
And you always need that like person connection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how we are sitting together right now.
Exactly.
Like, that makes me feel better at the end of the day where I don't want to use like talking to somebody about their experiences. And like there's a ton of people that we went to school with like that are sobering up. Like Derval's a year clean. He said he wants to do this pod, by the way.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
A little over a year. At McDonald's, she was telling me that she's sober now, and it's just nice to hear.
It really is. And it I'd be lying if I said it didn't make me emotional.
No, it did. I'm like teary-eyed right now.
And and I gotta give it up to there's a guy that we used to party with that, and God love him. We might censor some names out in post, but
yeah,
it was like the first out of our group.
See, I have a different experience with him.
Gotcha.
And I tried to get sober, and I asked him like, "Hey, what rehab did you go to?" and all this. He pretty much told me to fuck off. That the turnover rate was so low, it wasn't even worth trying. And I'm like, who do you get to say that to?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to slander anybody. But
we may or may not cut that part out.
Sorry.
But cut the name out. But that's the wrong way to approach it. If you're listening to this and you're getting sober, I don't care if it's fucking Hitler. Don't fuck with it. There's few things that I think are sacred. That's one of them. Because that was one thing that I would never ever do is if you called me or texted me, or if I called you or texted you, the last thing you should ever do is why even try?
Yeah, it's like it was so discouraging.
That is, and that sucks that happened, and I'm really sorry that happened.
I mean, it's all right. I understand. Like,
I
don't hold grudges against anybody.
Yeah, of course. I think, and it's funny because for me, the way that my sponsor is he was like that.
Yeah,
he was the hard ass like a drill sergeant from Full Metal Jacket type of thing.
Right.
Like I remember when I asked him to be my sponsor, I went up to him and I go, "Hey, my name is Jake. I'm with the program such and such, Sobriety Solutions. I go, would you like to be my sponsor? And he looked at me and he goes, why? And then he walked away.
Oh,
and I was like, I'll tell you why. And I fucking went right up to him and I told him, I'm like, this is what's going on. And I go, and you look like the toughest guy here. And he was. He's scary as fuck.
Right.
But so like there's a fine line between tough love and just no love.
Yeah, that's what it felt more cold shouldered than it was like. You could have gave me the name and then, by the way, the turnover is, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you should let me like figure it out.
You shouldn't scare anybody out of it. Which I hope we're not scaring anybody out of it now, because it really is. I mean, you're gonna have your bad days. I mean, I still want to drink every morning. I still want to fucking do pills every day. You know, like
every time somebody says cocaine, my ears perk.
Yeah,
I could feel the tingles.
And it's a thing I mentioned before. You know, my dad quit smoking. I know cigarettes aren't hard drugs and narcotics.
No, but I mean,
my dad quit smoking 30 years ago. He still thinks about a cigarette every day. So it's like no matter what it is, it's never gonna leave you. And I think that was the thing I wish somebody told me, was that you're gonna miss it forever.
I think it's because we associate it with some of the greatest times, and it really takes the person who really wants to recover to acknowledge the bad times too.
Yeah.
Because like even like when I would walk to my dad's house, I passed the Irish and I look in to see who's there. You know what I mean? Then I have to remind myself, like, nobody there loves you. You know what I mean? Like,
that is such a
like, they would hand you a beer as soon as you walk in. Nobody would question twice. I'm not saying them specifically, but at a bar.
Yeah, not exactly.
I
not
do love the
specific
family.
People. Yeah, and like I still think like I haven't stepped foot in the Sting.
Now that's the worst. I avoid 3rd Street.
I can't go near it.
Like I stare at it when I drive past it. Like
it makes me sad.
Yeah,
because
I met so many good people there.
We did,
but like,
whoops, broke it. Sorry, Seth. And then but it's good that you mentioned the bad times, because when you think back, like you think back of it and your subconscious like romanticizes it, but then you see it, and you're like,
I remember the good part of that night, but then I remember stumbling home, falling, walking 5 miles home, by myself, have work at 9 o'clock in the morning. You're high on cocaine and birds are chirping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like fucking, going out, we're just going there to like watch a hockey game. Then all of a sudden we black out and we wake up and we're driving golf balls in Cato.
Yeah, right? Like
that's a real story. And like, that's bad. Obviously so bad. But it's like, you don't think of that. You don't think of the optics. You think about how cool you are.
I actually remember the last bad time that me and you had drinking.
Was that when
you came over to my house and we were soaked because it was storming, and I protected my cocaine with fucking everything that depended on me.
And then
as soon as it was gone, you were out back in the rainstorm.
Yep. We drank like a case of warm Busch Light, and we watched YouTube videos until like 5 a.m. And I was like, we'll just hang out until the storm stops. Beer's gone, blow's gone, still storming. Fuck it. I still got
my hoodie.
I have it somewhere.
It's fine. It's a memory.
It'll be
I have your socks, so.
But yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's that was an awful time. And I just the amount of times, like, I mean, it would happen where we would leave a place together and then we would stop somewhere else.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, I just remember specifically,
it's like a never-ending journey, honestly.
It was crazy. There was one year we both got our tax refunds, and we blew through like $300 in one night,
just going shot for shot with each other,
and then loading up the jukebox
with Opeth
and the sugar, and then
I remember those days. I still do that because I've touched too so much shit.
So
I'll just play that or like the Cantina song by Star Wars.
Well, it's like, at the time, and like thinking about it, we're laughing and joking about it, but it's in spite of it all.
I could have had a house with the amount of, you know what I mean?
I would probably be married.
Right.
Like, I would probably be married with a dog. I'd probably be at the hospital still.
Right.
Or at Pathfinder.
I'm like, I've been blessed. I found the greatest girl. Honestly, I've never been more in love, and I know that sounds cheesy and gross. Whatever.
Yeah, but
like, she's been my rock through the sobriety. Like, I tell her she can drink because she doesn't have the problem. You know what I mean? But she respects me enough to keep it outside the house, and even then, I don't think she has, other than like took a shot with somebody,
Right.
you know. But like without her, shout out Haley. But
We love you, Haley.
but yeah, it's like having that support system, man. Like,
yeah, we're definitely blessed with that. I mean, just the network of friends we have. I mean, just through that one basement, that
Right.
one web network, and not even including, because there are people that we would drink with and party with that do love us.
We've had
and
so many like cliques of friends that
It's
we still have good people in.
Yes.
You know, like,
and I like to believe that I would say all of the people we consider our friends are good people.
yeah,
I think that was the thing that may
most
or
of them.
yeah, it may
There's
or may
some
not have saved us.
sketchy people we drank with.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'll name drop it because he pled guilty.
Yeah. I mean, we'll cut that name out, but
Yep.
yeah.
He's in prison for the rest of his life.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. But anyway.
We'll have to talk about that off air.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I think that's a thing that I think is imperative is I don't think it means that we dislike them or they dislike us, but it's just a different life now. You know, it's like when your friends get married and have kids.
Dude, I have friends that have like unfriended me because like I can't take the time to feed their energy, if that makes sense. Like if you're doing if I see on your Snapchat you're doing the same thing every day, like I don't want to cut you out of my life, but I gotta, you know, like I gotta do what's best for me.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I lose friends, but like, you know, if they're really my friends, they'd understand.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
And that hurts too, you know.
It does. And I think it's good to acknowledge that, and I think it's also good to keep that in the back of your mind too, because then it kind of helps you scrutinize in the future.
Yeah, like there's people I love and would die for, but I can't hang out with them. I'll be back on the boat, you know.
That's a fact. There's a lot. There's a lot. I mean, I was worried.
Hoping they.
Yeah, I was scared, and I said this in the last episode, but I was scared that you and I weren't friends.
Oh no!
And it was the most. That's the demon in my brain telling me that, but it's the most insane shit that this stuff does to you, because it's like, you of all people.
Yeah,
I mean, what the fuck?
I'm probably the most understanding out of all of it. No, but I get it. Like I felt the same way when I blow you up, blackout drunk and shit. I'm like, why am I doing to this guy who's sober? Like, but it's just like those conversations help me wake up, though. You know, like I appreciate it.
I'm glad they helped, man.
Sorry,
I would do it. I would do it again. I would do it again in a heartbeat.
It'd just be me in my garage, chain smoking and drinking fucking PBRs.
I mean, we both lost our mothers. We both lost people that were extremely close to us, and it all happened at once.
And it's like I don't even have time to grieve the last person who passed away. And
exactly. I mean,
I think that's probably my biggest battle. If I ever relapse again, no, I'm not planning on to.
Nobody ever planned. That'd be a fucked up thing to plan.
Right. But it's just like, if I lose somebody else close to me, I don't really know how I'm gonna respond.
And that's the worst part, is that you don't know until it happens. I lost somebody over the summer, very, very close to me. I considered her to be a sister of mine, and that
Sorry to hear that, brother.
Thank you. That was one that was
a test.
Yeah, definitely. And it was the same thing like you were talking about with Thorn, where it was like I can't I can't use this as an excuse to drink because they wouldn't want me to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I was 25 days sober before, like, after my birthday, I had my last Sunny D still sealed in my room just in case, like, you know, and I was just saying, hey, maybe I can get a month. I got 25 days in, he passed. And then, you know, cracked that one first. So immediately went to the bar, and then I'm blessed that I only had like a 2-week bender after all that, and then I woke up and got back on my horse, so to speak.
And you're still doing it, man.
Yeah,
it's fucking crazy. Like, a year's big, dude. A
yeah,
year. I mean, every day is
so
big,
real.
But it doesn't it feel like the longest fucking year,
dude,
of all time?
I feel like I lived 3 lives.
Yeah,
since I've been sober.
Yeah,
like I remind myself I have a great woman. She's got kids that I love to hang out with you know what I mean? Like the little things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I have a really good job now. Like I'm not hungover every day.
What a fucking
I have a boss
blessing.
that respects me. Like, it's just like things are actually adding up. But I'm like, so like those days I do want to drink, I'm like, why the fuck?
You'd be throwing it all
Yeah,
away.
it'd be so stupid.
And then this is the worst thing is that, like, even if you did and you didn't tell anybody, then you're just stuck with that forever.
Yeah, and that's my
You know what I
biggest thing
mean?
is everybody's like, well, you can count the 25 days before you relapse. No, I can't. I'm lying to myself. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that was the biggest thing is just like, because I think like, who would know if I just got blackout drunk while my dad's asleep at his house?
Yeah.
I would know.
Exactly.
Like
exactly. And you can't, it's one of my favorite poems. My dad gave it to me when I was younger. I can't remember, something bad was going on, because that's when he would give me poetry.
Yeah, that's when you know your life is in shambles.
yeah, dude. When fucking Times New Roman font.
Yeah,
fucking...
all centered. He hands you a book of where the sidewalk ends.
He did. He gave me this poem. I love you, Dad. I love you too, Mom. He gave me this poem that said it was called The Man in the Glass, and it was basically like you can have everybody in the world love you and respect you if you're putting on a front, but you're always going to know who you really are.
Right.
And you're the only
you're
one
the
that
man
you have to
beyond the
answer to.
mask.
Yeah. And that was the thing, like I never wanted to relapse, and I remember telling my dad, he goes, "What's keeping you sober this time? This most like the current stretch I'm on." And I said, "If I relapse, nobody will ever take me seriously ever again."
That's how I feel too. Is like I wouldn't be able to take myself seriously.
Exactly.
And then it'd be like, "Oh, you're just gonna relapse again," like
which
I'm not shitting on people that have relapsed. Yeah, I know it's a never-ending battle.
You never know. I mean, I relapsed 11 times before I got sober.
Yeah, I think before that 1 month stretch, I've only made like a week. You know what I mean? Like,
and then like once you get to a certain point, you're like, whoa, hang on.
I feel good.
I've never made it this far before. You know, how far can I take
That's also what helped me is I made it into a game almost.
Yes.
Like, okay, well, you only need 2 more days for 2 weeks. What's 2 weeks?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, well, you hit 2 weeks, you might as well finish a month. And then that's because I know a lot of people like that are sober, and he's like, I can't even track mine. Like, I don't care about that anymore. I'm like, if that works for you, I love it. But like, when I'm thinking hard, and I just load up the app real quick, you know, it's just little subtle things.
Yeah, you almost like
counting down. It's almost like a big surprise, you know.
You almost get addicted to your days.
Yeah.
You're like, the way that you would
Took me until like 10 months.
The way you think about drinking, where you're like, I already had 2 beers, might as well finish the case.
Right.
Then you're like, well, I've already made 2 weeks, might as well finish the month.
Right.
You kind of like do a little reversal, like an Uno reverse.
Which is good, but I mean, that depending on the person, because that could translate into something unhealthy, you know.
Yeah, and I think just, I don't know, man, just the fact that we're having this conversation right now, we're both sober. You and I are sober.
Yeah.
That is fucking immaculate to me. Like, I genuinely can't believe it.
I was saying, like, talking to Derville, I'm like, out of the friend groups, all like me, you, and him should all have been the first ones dead.
We really should.
Not to like throw Derville's stuff out there.
Yeah, but it's like
he should be cool.
It is. It is the truth, though. Like, I tried to kill myself.
No, I have 9 attempts in my whole life since I was like 16.
And there's a reason why we're still here. And we have to, whatever is keeping us here, I hope it's Kratos.
Yeah,
that would be sick.
Boy.
You better not pick up that beer, boy. But like, there's something keeping us here, you know? And like all my siblings, we're all sober. And it's like, what the fuck?
I know, it's like,
how the fuck did that happen?
Right. It's funny because I'll like get together at my aunt's house for Christmas Eve, and I'm like, there's a couple of people who drink, whatever. But it's like, it went from like everybody blacking out with Thorn and me to like, all right, I'm going to bed at 8:30.
Yeah.
You know, like even now I'm past my bedtime, you know?
Same. Yeah. But no, it's just, it's fucking beautiful, man. It really is. And I'm just beyond proud of you.
Well, I'm proud we're both in this together, man.
Same, dude. It's fucking, it's crazy. It's genuinely crazy. This just the and I love listening to how other people figure it out. That's one of my favorite things about this.
Right.
Is figuring out how you figure it out. And
I think
then
my biggest tip is keep your mind busy.
yeah,
Like working out, it wasn't even so much like losing the weight that got me, which I love. I dropped 87
I
pounds.
barely recognized
Yeah,
you.
dude, I had
You look fucking
I
incredible.
had a teenager inside my stomach. Dude. Like, you know, like
you had like a dead dog.
I lost like 40 pounds just from not drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's crazy how much you drink calories when you're an
it's
alcoholic.
gonna keep going. It's been just over 3 years for me. I've lost over 100 pounds.
Yeah, dude, it's
like, what the fuck?
And I'm like trying to put on weight
And
now
you're
to like muscle it out, but like
yeah,
now I'm 155. I think
we're looking like crypt keepers
like a
out
fucking
there.
bantamweight or whatever. Oh, I'm not as skinny as I was in high school, at least.
No,
but
I don't think we'll ever get there again.
that was
once we quit DoorDash,
yeah,
then we'll be like Christian Bale, Mechanist skinny.
Oh man, that just means I'm gonna walk to feed a grill every day.
But yeah, it's just I don't know. Keeping their mind busy is the biggest. Like that's the biggest thing for me. I always have to make sure I'm doing something, even if it's
if it's not working out. Go take a walk. Like,
that is. Yes.
Put music on, just go.
Yes.
Avoid sad music. It's hard for our profile of music, but
big time. Yeah, there's a lot of music is the one that does it. There's songs I can't like. It's tough for me to listen to "Bleed" by Meshuggah.
Yeah,
I don't think I've listened to it since I quit drinking.
Right.
But like in like TV shows and movies, a little bit here or there, but like. For me, it's try to just do shit that you want to do, like things that you never thought you could.
Right. Try something new.
Yeah,
that's a big thing.
Because like nothing is scarier than recovery. So you can do anything else.
Terrified still to my britches.
You know what I mean? Like you can quit drinking. You can jump out of a plane. You can quit drinking.
I have noticed since I quit drinking, my fear of heights subsided. Like it's not near. Like I'm still pretty bad. A lot of it's I need control, but like at work I'm climbing up things like 16 feet in the air and I'm better at it. But like when I was hangover, fucking anxiety, I'd be 2 steps on a ladder, like shaking, like what the fuck.
I know. I shit. I mean, I remember. I'm gonna probably regret saying this, but I'm supposed to be open and honest. I mean, I remember partying at the Sting until like 3 a.m. and then going home and sleeping for 3 hours and then working in the emergency room for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And then I would feel fine until a point.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden,
like nauseous and
done. And I never could figure out what the fuck it was. I had no idea that what it was that I still had booze in me.
Yeah.
From the night before, and it took my body the extra 8 hours, and
I'd be hungover all day. Like
it's crazy
until like 9 until I'm back at the bar. Like
yep. I mean, I remember. Do you remember when? Did you ever have a point where you knew that it was going to be a problem?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, I mentioned in the last episode, like the first drink I had, I knew that I was going to love it.
Yeah, I think. And it was like the whole idea of sneaking beers and like getting away with something really triggered me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. I've always like idolized it because I would see my dad. I would get him beers when I was 5 years old. Military dad. That's what you do when you're older. Yeah. Drink beers, play golf, fucking watch football. Yep. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And
then you just kind of slide right into that position.
I just liked it because it made me not hate myself.
Yeah.
Like it made me feel like I could go up to people and like I know people love me and that's how to sound conceited, but I don't think people like me. So it's like when I have 5 beers, it's like, oh, Jesse's the goof in the room, like let's laugh.
Yeah.
Like that was my biggest trigger is I get everybody to do shots with me and make them laugh.
Yeah, and then you're like you're not this. I'm not speaking for you, but speaking for me, like when you're at the bar and you're playing the music and you're buying drinks and you're chatting people up and you're smoking cigs, you're the cool guy.
Yeah.
You're not a loser. You're not.
I always said I was an attention whore.
Yeah.
Like I would get girls' numbers, but never call them. Like, it was because I would be like, I'm a loser. Why would they ever want to? But I have the charisma to swoon some. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
you've seen it.
Yeah,
Like, I got 2 girls' numbers for a plain Monster Mash. Like, girls love Monster Mash. By
they
the way,
do.
pro tip.
But it's no, I love that you mentioned that too, because that what it was. It was like it was like main character syndrome.
Yeah, that's like, it's like the biggest form of imposter syndrome too, if you think about it. Like,
where it's like, because then you can't hang out with those people unless you're drinking, because then you're not fun.
I've also met so many people that come up to me now that I'm sober, and I'm like, who the fuck are you? And I feel bad because I probably had a great night with them multiple times throughout the week, but I'm like, yeah, hi, dude.
That is a big one. That is a big one.
Like, how do you know my name? They're like, you would dance to Creed all the time. I'm like, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. There are people that will see me out and about sometimes. I actually had somebody go, can you do the yell? I'm like, no, I can't. We're in Big M. I'm not going to do the yell. Or like, I remember my big thing was I would always turn into Norm Macdonald after like 3 or 4 drinks. And I would just start doing Norm bits. I can't remember a single bit.
Right.
And it's like, and it's like
half-ass it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's like,
I think this is how it would go.
Yeah. And I'm like, but that's like the void in your brain that's telling you like you're only cool if you're drinking. You're only fun if you're drinking. And then like you have to convince yourself.
And it's like I couldn't finish my drink and keep a conversation with somebody. I would have to go get a new beer, then continue the conversation.
Yep.
You know, like it was like if I didn't have this in my hand, then I'm like, I feel like I'm naked almost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You feel like you shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
And I've had people mention, people are like, why don't you just go to the bar and not drink?
Oh, I hate that. That's the worst. Don't ever invite me, because the one thing I've like found out through my group stuff is like this quote that says, you hang out in a barbershop for too long, you're gonna get your hair cut. And like, it's just like, I know I could probably be good for 2 days, but then that Sunday the Jets are playing, I'm gonna be like, I don't want a beer.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
especially this
football's
season.
a big trigger for me.
Yeah,
0-6 Jets. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you mentioned that too, because we were talking about like music and movies and stuff. But I didn't watch any football at all last year.
Yeah,
I didn't watch college or professional. I didn't miss anything from either of my teams. But that's not the point.
See, it did help me, because what I would do is me and Justin used to drink on the porch, but we'd bring our PS5s out on the porch.
Yeah,
do it right. Have the kids play while we, you chain smoking, you know what I mean? And what helped me was I would just bring out my TV to my back deck, and I would just roll up like 15 joints. And just like every time I wanted to drink, I would hit it. But it would get to halftime, I'm like, I smoked fucking 12 joints. Like, what's going on?
All right, yeah, we'll cut that bar. Yeah, we'll cut that down. Yeah, because and it's good to be vigilant, and I think it's good too that, like I mentioned earlier, we're able to look at it, reflect, and laugh,
right?
In spite of it all, because in spite of it all, we're here and we're having this conversation, and we're gonna keep having
times, so we wouldn't be here,
Exactly. My dad tries to tell me that all the time, and I'm starting to listen to him a little bit, which that's annoying.
Listen to his poems.
Yeah. But he always told me, oh shit, I forgot it. God damn it. It's gone. No, he said everything happens for a reason. It's my least favorite thing he says. Whenever anything happens, he always says everything happens for a reason. And God damn it, he's right. And it's not this objective like so and so passed and this is why. Or like you didn't get this job and this is why. It's you find the why.
Yeah, see, like, I don't know if you're like an anime nerd.
Yeah,
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah.
So what's been going through my head a lot lately is the law of equivalent exchange. Like, in order to obtain something, you must get rid of something in equal value. And I kind of put that to Justin passing. It was like, yeah, I lost my best friend, my brother, but I also gained this amazing sober life with the love of my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's bittersweet.
Yeah.
And
big time.
always brings a tear to my eye when I think about it. And of course, it's the most weeb thing to,
but it works,
yeah.
man. And that's the big thing too, is whatever keeps you from drinking, you just do that. It sounds simple and facetious, but
even going to bed early, man,
that is a killer. That is one of my favorite things. Going to bed at like 8:30,
wake up at 5 a.m. and you're refreshed.
My favorite thing is when I'm up and I know I'm the first person at Dunkin' that day. I'll get up on my day off at 4:15 and walk across the street, and I'm like, and it's like, I'm thinking to myself, like, yeah, I'm wearing probably this outfit now. I'm wearing just sweats and a hoodie, and I probably smell like shit because I haven't showered. But you know what? I didn't drink, and I'm gonna get coffee.
And then that coffee hits so hard
and then
in the morning.
You get to enjoy it because
you have a nicotine pouch and a coffee, and that's sex with hookers while doing blow and drinking a bottle for me.
It's like because you know that you're not fueling your addiction anymore. You're fueling your recovery,
right?
In a way, like
even with the caffeine, yes, it's a little bit of an addiction, but it's to help me work more, to keep me busy, to keep me sober. You know what I mean? Like, it's a chain reaction almost.
It is, and it's just those little steps, and it starts with, I'm gonna stop drinking when I'm sad.
Small steps are still steps.
It's crazy. Would you ever think that you'd get to this point?
No. I thought I'd be that's honestly 21.
Yeah. I lost my mom, and then 6 months later we lost Uncle Tony, and that was when I was like, I don't even want to do this.
Things always happen, like, it's never
rapid fire. I mean, shit, it was. And then we had Amber in that time, and we had Jeff in that time, and John was the first one. That for me, that was it. That was when I was like, damn, that was like a guy I idolized, and he's gone now. Was I idolizing? Like, what was I idolizing?
Right.
And
because that good person's always in there.
Yeah.
And I think that's where our biggest flaws were, is really seeing the good person, but then also stooping to the level of we're all just gonna party and numb that down.
Yeah. And I like to think that he wouldn't have wanted us. He wouldn't have wanted me to react. I don't think any of our loved ones would have wanted us to react the way that we did for a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. Regret, like, one person overdose, we're gonna go fucking do it. Like, when Justin passed away, I found myself in some random person's house doing coke. I'm like, that's one of my biggest wake ups, was like, what am I doing? Like, I didn't even have money for the coke. You know what I mean? Like, you're a broke loser. Like, nothing's gonna get better if you do nothing.
Yeah, exactly. Jonesy, Big Wes, Uncle Wes, he always told me, there's no growth in the comfort zone, and there's no comfort in the growth zone.
Yeah, isn't that the truth?
Fucking A. Those Joneses,
uncomfortable every day.
And man, those Joneses are onto something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I know we've said it multiple times, but I fucking love you so much,
love
dude.
You too, brother.
And I'm beyond proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
It's fucking incredible that we get to have this conversation. We get to put it out to the masses and hopefully help a few people. Hopefully help, because a lot of it for me is, I never thought that somebody like me could get sober. You probably never thought somebody like you could get sober.
I thought it was a lost cause.
Yeah, and we're here to tell you it's not.
No,
I mean,
you can do it,
man. You really can. I mean, it's scary and it's hard.
You know what I should do at the end of this? Take a picture of us both using, and then we'll take a picture at the end.
Like a before and after? Yeah. That would, we really could. We could, that might
scare. You can see the difference, because, like, looking at us, even in the video right now, I can see how much healthier we are.
It's crazy. I mean, we could just probably pull up old fucking Clear Shots episodes.
Right, yeah. Well, in the first one, we had no power.
We had no power. You could probably smell the booze
Fruits
through
are weird.
that one. Fruits are weird. But yeah, no, it's just, thank you for coming, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And anytime you want me on, I'm here.
It's going to be perfect. And we'll definitely have Derval on soon.
Yeah.
And we're just going to keep growing this. And we're all going to get out of the woods together. So again, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. And I will not drink with you tonight.
Yeah, same.
The Man in the Glass, Peter Dale Wimbrow Sr. When you get what you want in your struggle for self and the world makes you king for a day, just go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that man has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fellow whose verdict counts most in your life is the one staring back from the glass. He's the fellow to please, never mind all the rest, for he's with you, clear to the end, and you've passed your most difficult, dangerous test if the man in the glass is your friend. You may fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass, but your final reward will be heartache and tears if you cheated the man in the glass.